I'm standing under a Texas highway overpass with a LiDAR scanner. And the bridge deck above me is maybe around 27 feet, and there are structural columns 2 rows out over 100 feet away. And I want to know if this thing can reach all of it. Hey everyone, Edward here, and what you just saw is the Realsee Galois P4, and this is Realsee's brand new LiDAR scanner that just became available early April the 5th to be exact, and it's coming in at a solid $7,500 price tag, but there might be something special if you watch to the end. Now, over the past few weeks, I've been running this thing through some real world scenarios. So that bridge, a commercial storefront, a 3-bedroom manufactured home, and a 4-bedroom house where I tested a feature that genuinely surprised me. I've spent years working in BIM and CAD, so when a LiDAR scanner lands on my desk, I'm not just looking at the specs on a sheet, I'm thinking about how it fits into a real workflow on a real project for real professionals. And that's what we're doing today. The specs, the field performance, and where the P4 actually sits relative to what else is out there. So let's get into it. In hand, the P4 feels very familiar to anyone who has used the M2, and that's the predecessor. It's an identical form factor, essentially the same weight at 2.6 kilograms, but there are a few physical upgrades worth noting. The most obvious is color. The P4 is all black versus the M2's cool gray. Looking closely at both LiDAR sensor housings, you can see that the P4's is slightly larger with an extra opening on the right side. I believe that this is part of how it captures 125,600 points per second versus the M2's 18,200. All right. So of course, more aperture means more data. The quick release tripod mount is a genuine quality of life upgrade. You simply lock it on, scan, move, click, and it's off. Across a long day of repositioning, boom, 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 all over the place, that really adds up. Now, battery setup is actually quite different from the predecessor. The M2 has one large 6400 milliamp hour battery that lasts up to 8 hours, but when it dies, you gotta stop. The P4, on the other hand, ships with 3 smaller 3300 milliamp hour batteries and a dedicated external charger. And of course, each one of those batteries will last about 3 hours. And to be honest, having a larger battery that lasts 8 hours was awesome, but I could also see the benefit of having 3 smaller batteries that can be hot swapped on the go, which when you think about it might actually be a smarter system for a full day on site. Now the rest of the kit includes a hard case for the P4, a separate case for the tripod, and everything fits nicely into the Realsee backpack. I think it's an overall well organized package, and so content creators, realtors, and construction professionals will appreciate that from day one. The one big change I haven't mentioned yet is the newly added touchscreen on the back of the scanner. Now, I have come to really like it, but I want to hold off for a moment because what it enables completely changes how you think about this device on a job site. And I think once you hear it, it will be the thing you remember most about this video. More on that shortly. This is where the P4 makes its case. Let me walk you through 3 numbers that matter most to AEC work. Range. The M2 reaches 25 meters. However, the P4 reaches 100 meters on paper. Of course, that's 4 times what the predecessor could have done. But I want to show you what that actually looks like from real data. And after taking a closer look at the bridge overpass point cloud and pulling actual measurements, I was capturing usable geometry over 170 feet in every direction, and that's about 51 meter, you could say, in radius dimension. And so that was pretty impressive and pretty much confirms what is mentioned in the spec sheet. Now let's talk about accuracy, the M2 will give a plus or minus 20 millimeters, while the P4 tightens that to a plus or minus 10 millimeters. That's a huge jump in accuracy. So for as-built documentations feeding into Revit or AutoCAD, you talk about renovation sets, condition reports, infrastructure drawings, that difference is meaningful. Half the error margin means cleaner geometry and fewer discrepancies when your point cloud data starts driving design decisions. And lastly, point density. The M2 captures 18,200 points per second, while the P4 captures 125,600. That is nearly 7 times the data. One thing worth noting, however, is that at a single scan station, density is strong within, let's say, 20 to 30 feet and does start to scatter beyond that point. But that is not how we usually use the data in practice. Once you combine all your scan stations and the point clouds are overlapping, you are building up tremendous density well beyond that range. And so at a 125,600 points per second, every overlapping station is contributing significantly richer data, and you feel that difference in the final point cloud. The M2 produced 16K panoramas at 134 megapixel. That's already impressive. However, the P4 moves that up to a 24K clarity with a 47 megapixel sensor that stitches up to 300 megapixels in a full panorama. So in practice, that means sharper details on facades, richer colors in interiors, and better retention of fine elements like signages and material textures. The P4 also adds multispectral sensors and upgraded HDR. In this scan, I had bright Texas sun in one side and then of course a shaded canopy on the other side. Usually this kind of scenario trips up lesser cameras. However, the HDR handled it fairly well. The skies looked great, the colors are accurate, and no blown out highlights. There is also a high fidelity scan mode you can toggle on, which I did use at this particular location. The difference is noticeable. Of course, you have crispier geometry and sharper image detail. The trade-off, however, is speed. Standard scans that normally take 16 seconds ran closer to 70 seconds in high fidelity, which is a fairly decent bump, but for renovation documentation set or a condition report where output quality is the priority, that's a worthwhile trade. Now, for the general fast residential tours, staying on standard would be the best option. Oh, and I scanned a narrow 3 foot 9 inches closet just to see how, it would handle narrow spaces. This is inside of a manufactured home at Clayton Homes of Denison. So big shout out to Jeremy Lane for letting me bring the P4 in. The 213.25 degree fisheye lens was able to capture the full height of the space cleanly, including a window that was about 8 feet up the wall with no distortion and no lost corners. This wider vertical field of view versus the M2's narrower field of view is doing real work in spaces like this. Now, let's talk about the feature that I initially underestimated, and once I tested it, it became the most compelling reason to choose the P4 over anything else at this price point. The P4 can scan an entire site with no phone, no tablet, no second device of any kind. You simply mount the camera, press and hold the touch screen. You remember that touch screen we talked about? You wait for 5 seconds on that countdown. It gives you enough time to go and hide from the camera, and the scan will run. Now, each scan takes 16 seconds and the data is saved to the 128 gigabyte of onboard SSD storage. Then you move to the next scan location or scan station. elevation, and you repeat that process, and that's it. And so I tested this on a gorgeous 4-bedroom home in Lubbock, Texas. I started at the front entry, then I moved through the foyer, then down the hallway on the west wing. I did 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and that was about 18 scan stations or scan locations, fully blind and in just under 6 minutes roughly. And so there were no phones in my hand, of course, except the one I was using to record myself, but no live preview, just the scanner, the tripod, and a deliberate scanned path. That's actually important. You know, one thing worth being transparent about is that scanning blind requires you to be more intentional about your spacing and your path, where you're going. Because without a live point cloud preview confirming alignment in real time, you are relying on your experience and judgment to stay within range between stations. It is not difficult, but it's a different mindset from scanning with a phone. So just something to keep in mind, especially on your first few blind sessions. Now, after the 18 scans, I opened the Realsee app, I connected the device, and imported everything. That was a very smooth process. I could watch each scan come in one by one, aligning on screen. So I had 17 scans aligned cleanly, automatically, and there was one scan that I needed to align manually, which happened probably due to my incompetence, but I was able to adjust its elevation and move it into place appropriately with ease, and that is a strong result for a fully blind capture session. Here's what really pushed this over the top for me. After importing those 18 blind scans, I continued to use my phone to scan the rest of the home seamlessly. In the same project, the blind scan and the phone scan sat in one continuous aligned data set. One tour, one point cloud, one floor plan. You could also come back the next day, start where you left off, or have a second operator scanning a different section of the building in parallel, and the ecosystem handles all of it. Now, let me put this in competitors' context because it matters. The Matterport Pro 3, for example, requires an active phone and app connection for every single scan. There's no standalone capture mode whatsoever. The Leica BLK 360 G2 does support push button scan without the phone, which is impressive, of course, but the BLK retails at nearly 30 grand, well above the P4's 7,500. So Realsee is delivering a capability that until now has lived in a significantly more expensive tier of equipment. Not to mention the fact that Realsee's model or their business model is pay as you go, which means there are no monthly subscription, whereas other brands will lock you into a mandatory subscription plan. And so for professionals who do not scan every day, I think this pricing structure is a real advantage. Once the scan is uploaded, the Realsee platform pretty much handles the rest automatically. So you talk about high resolution stitching, point cloud alignment, and a full set of deliverables. You get a ready to share virtual 3D tour, but also access to the E57 and PLY point cloud files for your Autodesk recap and BIM workflows. You also get OBJ and FBX for visualization. You get panoramas and an auto-generated CAD floor plan. If you knew anything about vectorizing or tracing a point cloud to make it into a usable set of floor plans, you know how much of a hassle that can be. So being able to just download a CAD floor plan that comes out at about 90% ready to be used straight from the Realsee platform, I think is golden. If you want the full walkthrough of how to bring the E57 point cloud into AutoCAD and work with it as a design reference, I have a dedicated video on that linked below the like button. That workflow applies directly to the P4 data as well. So here is the honest bottom line. The M2 is still the right tool for residential and light commercial work. Its 25-meter range covers virtually every home. The 16K panoramas are beautiful. They are gorgeous. The pay-as-you-go platform with no subscription is great. Right now, the M2 standard kit retails at $5,500, but if you use the link in the description, Realsee is offering a very generous referral price at $5,000 for the standard kit and $5,200 for the premium bundle. Now that deal is exclusive only for viewers of this channel, so check it out. The P4 at $7,500 is for professionals whose work has grown beyond that. So the 100-meter range, the 10mm accuracy, and a whopping 125,600 points per second opens up a different category of project. So you talk about infrastructure, large commercial, complex multi-room documentation. Don't forget about the hot swap batteries and hard cases that are built for full days on site. And of course, if you're ready to pull the trigger on the P4, you can use the code TDVisionU at checkout for an extra $300 off. But for me, the real differentiator is blind capture. I specifically remember doing a scan with the M2 and my phone battery died. So I was unable to continue scanning, all because of my phone. With the P4 giving me the ability to scan an entire site without a phone, then import cleanly afterwards and continue seamlessly in the same project, that's a workflow capability that other competitors simply does not have. And it puts the P4 in the same conversations as the big dogs like the BLK360 on that specific feature at a fraction of the price though. So remember to use the code TDVisionU at checkout to shave off the first $300. So that's my honest take on the Realsee Galois P4. I want to say thanks to Realsee for sending this out for me to test it out. I did have quite the fun using it. Also, I want to say a big thank you to Jeremy Lane and the team at Clayton Homes of Denison for letting me bring this device in, taking photos and scanning one of their beautiful manufactured home. I'll drop a link in the description to their site if you want to check them out. And that's where we end for today. If this was useful, hit the like, drop your questions in the comments, and remember, the links are in the description. I'm out.